now, so we're not leaving the house.
Okay, go
We're
ahead,
like
Tana.
living.
Share a win with us.
Okay, so can you hear me, by the way?
Yeah.
Yes. So, I I have Amy on my team is doing great. She's not here tonight, so I'll save it for a night she's here and she can hear it. But team is doing good. But since the one-on-one with Dell and being in the path to directors, where we talked about kind of having like a brand that's not just the shot, but something where the shot is kind of like part of the story. I've not only like gotten this close to publishing my book, but I launched this amazing website that has like the whole brand and all the peptides with it. Dell helped me with that a little bit. And I'm super excited. And I'm also going into Austin on Sunday, and I have a 3 hour shoot in a video studio where we're going to make short form, like talking head content and pretty much get like 50 reels out of it. And it's going to be like super duper exciting. And so I'm excited to implement not just kind of like the standard before and after reels, but start actually speaking with authority on like the angle that I'm really trying to like get in this with. And I'm really excited for all the pieces to come together because I'm really like understanding that what I want to do is help people that have two problems, one like the inner world and the outer body. And so I'm like really sort of crafting all the pieces to the conversation. And when I hit the ground running and all the pieces fall in place, watch the fuck out because I am like literally coming for every bad bitch with a few extra pounds. So like I'm super excited. If any of you guys have been feeling like you wanted to explore that idea of like who I am outside of it, like keep exploring it because once I kind of found it, and even though it was awkward for a minute, and I like had to like kind of play with it a little bit, like it feels like it's going to fuel like a revolution in the way I'm doing things. So thank you, Dell. Thank you, you want any um like advice about like little things that you've seen me do or whatever, reach out. I'm like so happy to mastermind with people, but I'm really proud that I sort of took an idea and ran with it and it seems to be coming together really well and it's about to like drop huge in the next like few weeks. So
I
thank you
love
for that.
that.
And thank you everybody for just
Of
being like
course. Thanks for
it's like
sharing. Also, shout out to Tana, who was featured on fucking Tony Robbins. What the hell?
oh yeah, dude, that was
That's
a win.
huge.
Literally put the Tony Robbins logo like on my shop website. I'm like, as seen on Tony Robbins.
That's so cool. That's so badass. So, I
Yeah.
mean, you're no surprise there though. You're amazing. Thank you for sharing. Does anybody else have any wins that they want to share with us? Shout outs, any
I
health
will
health
share
wins?
some wins and shout out. Hi, everybody. So first off, I do want to share. It's just a personal thing, as y'all know. I lost my Instagram, my page that I had. I had like right at 8,000 followers. It definitely was like a gut punch. But we don't stop there. We get up and we keep going. Like I didn't spend any damn time. I had a new page up that day and started pumping out content. And I literally just broke 5,000 followers on my new Instagram.
Good.
So
And how many
I
weeks
say
has it been up? Like
like
three?
2 weeks. I don't even think
weeks.
it's been 3 full weeks. Yeah.
Amazing.
So just to show you, like, don't let anything stop you. I feel like that God has a reason for everything. Maybe the stuff that I was sharing then, wasn't, how you kind of feel like maybe your reach goes away. I don't know. I just try to look at the positive. So that's just a personal thing. And I honestly just want to shout out like my entire team. They are absolutely kicking ass and going out there and got this sale. And I do like to sometimes just have like intimate time with them too, and we had that the other night on a Zoom, and it's just really awesome. I just got to say that like I'm just really excited. I'm so freaking proud of every single one of you. Like Laura, I see you're on here, like girl, you're just getting out there and you're having the conversations and you're getting more out of your shell. And I feel like we're starting to like figure out our place, kind of like what Tana was saying. Like you almost have to figure out that niche within the shot, like what falls under your umbrella. Like for me, it's grief and postpartum. For Tana, I'm not sure what hers is, but I'm gonna find out soon. In her big reveal. But I'm just saying, I really feel like we're all starting to kind of like figure out like what our things are, and I think it's awesome. And yeah, that's all. And Mexico is freaking phenomenal. And I'm Delaney and Alex and Tiffany. Oh my God, I love them all so much. And that's all.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing. Anybody else? No? Okay. Well, Amanda, were you about to say something?
It wasn't, but I can say something. Um, well, I think it's really cool, and this is kind of piggybacking on what Destiny was saying, how there's so many of you that I'm seeing that are like leaning into your brand and like speaking more authentically to like your people, building your own resources. Like we were just in voice memoing in a chat with Lucy. I don't think she's on, but you know, her making her video on her page. I think it's really cool that people are like actually spending the time and doing the research to like figure out what works for them, because it's going to be different for everyone. And I think we're all really lucky that we have all these awesome resources. But when you start to get to the point where you actually want to like create things on your own and you kind of want to brand it towards you, I think that that's really cool because you're essentially like figuring out who that person is you're talking to. And Destiny, that's freaking awesome about the 5,000 followers. I just want to add on that because Delaney also did the same thing, you guys. And I think this is the coolest thing ever. Like, what it's been like 2 weeks, right? And you're about to hit 10,000 followers. Like, I just think it's so important for people to really lean into like who you're talking to and like your people, because once you do like niche down, like I truly believe that like there's certain people that you're talking to. And like I'm kind of learning that with me now too, transitioning to my other Instagram account. But it brings people to you. Like it's crazy to me that you can grow that quickly when you really like figure out who you actually want to talk to when you're not just trying to talk to everyone.
Yeah.
And then win for me because this is so fucking cool. But today was my last day in the corporate world ever,
Woo!
which
That's
I'm really fucking pumped about. I'm shipping my computer back tomorrow and I'm out. But
Howdy.
it's
That's amazing. Yeah, and also, guys, I'll say with Destiny, there were what the last couple weeks she was like in a little bit of a dry spell with getting customers, and I was like, chill out, like this happens, it's gonna pick back up, blah blah blah. And then she made a new video. So if you haven't watched like what she did on her video, it's very simple. I think it's 5 minutes long, where she just, shares the process of getting started, her results a little bit, just a little short video, and that's what she's now started sending to people who are interested and want information on the shot. And while we were in Mexico, I think you had three silent buyers. Who just literally watched the video and ordered without even a conversation. I mean, that's insane. So I mean, I love when things work. And here's the thing, guys, you're going to do a lot of things that don't work. I mean, it's sickening. I spent so much money on a damn new website for myself. I had 150 leads, not one, well, okay, one freaking converted, but that's okay. Cause I'm like, you know what? Now I know why. Now we adjust. And that's how you learn in this business, is trial and error. So, but I will say that is working really well for her. So, like Amanda was saying, when you get to a point where you start branding yourself or making your own resources, you are going to see things take off a little bit more because you're going to speak stronger to your people. So, definitely check out what she's done and make your own. I would definitely encourage everybody to do that. Okay, I know Tiffany, I saw you on here. I would love to hear something about Mexico. Tiffany, if you don't know Tiffany, she has a heart of gold, and she's a badass on this team. She puts up really, really big numbers, and she's also just a lot of fun. And we got to finally meet, and I just love her and her energy so much. And it was great too because she got to, be around a bunch of other rock stars in the company and a part of the big organization we're a part of. So I would love to hear, a few things you want to share with the team that stood out to you and kind of click. Because you said to me the one day, okay, and I'm just gonna, because we keep it real on this team, because I didn't want to go to it either. They had a training, we're in Mexico. I'm like, I don't want to get up early and go to a damn training. I want to be sipping, pina coladas on the beach. Like, hello. And Tiffany was on the same wavelength. And turns out I had to actually present that day and I didn't even realize it. But Tiffany was like, I almost didn't come to this, but I'm so glad I did because I had so many takeaways and just like aha moments that really clicked. And she's like, I've been in this industry for years and I got more out of those few hours than I have in years of being a part of this. So, Tiffany, you want to share some of those with us?
That was one of my biggest things. I'm just going to say, anytime you get a chance to bond with your community, it makes one heck of a difference when you can actually go meet people, understand them, because there is so much knowledge, not just inside this little community, y'all, but there's so much knowledge even on our upper team in Team Joy. In that room, as I told Dell that day, I said, I sat there after 6 years in network marketing, and I could have sat there all day. I heard so much information that I had never heard. They gave us this little notebook, y'all. I had to turn it over and start on the backside because there was just a wealth of knowledge in that short presentation. It didn't start till 9 and it was over by what would we done by 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
And it was just packed because the ladies that are up there are tried and true. They've been there, they've done that, they have made the moves, they've been in different companies. But I'll tell you what got me most in that whole thing was when Honey stood up and she told her own story and why she's here. And then everyone in the room that knew her personally had a chance to comment about her, right? Y'all, my eyes were like welting. I was like crying. They're so close to her, and we're talking about people, 50 people in a room that know her individually and who she is and what she stands for and how much she fights for us. And I walked away, if I wasn't already sold out when I went into that meeting, I walked away so sold out in my heart with where I was at that there was a new passion when I came home. A new passion for not only myself, but my upcoming promoters, because we are solid here, y'all. We are so solid that it's not breakable. And then you bond with these three on here. Whoo, let me just tell you, this girl has been craving that kind of community for 6 years. And it's right here. It's right here. The community that you guys are looking for, just tap into it because it's here. And you can grow abundantly when you have a community that loves on you and cares about you. So don't pull back, just push forward. And then it doesn't even matter the environment you're in, because yes, we were in Cancun and it was great and all the things were there and the weather was crappy, but it didn't really make a difference. It's called growth.
Yeah.
And that was my takeaway.
Yeah, so good. And I will say too, the thing that I took away is there's so many ways to be successful in this, you guys. Like I heard, I think it was there's a woman named Kathy. She's kind of an influencer here too. She puts up really big numbers. You know what she does? I think it was Kathy. One of them who crushes it here. She sends out a Calendly link for anybody who's interested. Okay, this would never be my style, but she crushes it and it works for her.
Jen.
Jen Magic, right? Yes.
Yeah.
Jen Magic, who she's an executive here, she puts up huge numbers. She sends out a Calendly link for anybody who is interested and wants to learn more about the peptides. And she schedules a 15-minute Zoom call and she sets the timer on the Zoom. So it does a countdown. And when that 15-minute hits, the call ends. So there is no worry of like, because that would be my fear. Like we're say it's 15 minutes and I'm on for an hour and a half with one person and then they don't order. You know what I mean? But she was like, I do that with every single person. And she closed it. She goes, I literally almost close every single person I talk to. I get a new customer. And think about it. If you did, I don't know, like 5 15-minute calls a day with a prospect and you're closing all five of them, what's 5 times 7? 35, 35 new people a week. I mean, even if you only close half, I mean, that's huge, right? We're making over $250 per terzepatide client at that point. Well, putting up those numbers. So that's one way to do it. I don't work my business like that because I would go insane because I don't like being on the phone with people. But if you are somebody who likes talking to people and that would be maybe your style, I think you should explore that. I think that that is a phenomenal way to do this. But again, it just goes back to there's not a one size fits all. It's what works best for you because if there's something that you hate doing in this business and you keep forcing yourself to do that and think that that's going to be what, creates all this growth for you, you're going to burn out and you're going to hate what you do. I love making content. When I'm in my best flow and successful state is when I'm creating. When I am, in constant like Zoom calls and one-on-ones and calls and calls and calls, that's what drains me. But there's other people like Alex and I are different in that regard. Like he's way more like of a people person, I would say. Like he loves talking to people. He's very social. He can get on the phone with people all the time. It's not weird for him. It's not that it's weird for me, but that doesn't drain him the way that it drains me as much. So just figure out what works for you. Everybody is different. Everybody has different strengths. So Alex, do you want to share? So weird calling you Alex.
Can I piggyback on one thing real quick before that you
Yeah.
just said about Jen? One thing that I loved, I think that really intrigued me too, is when she said that she does these calls, she sets her Calendly link for the prospects or whatever. But she said, like, the first thing that she says when she gets on the phone, and I loved this, is because she was so inviting, like just so calming. Like I wanted to tell her everything when she said this. She was like, the first thing she said when she got on the call was like, I just want to tell you, I'm so proud of you for taking this first step and for hopping on this call with me. And then just letting them just pour in and tell her like everything, girl, I've had this, I need to lose this weight, whatever, whatever. But it's like you just let them talk. And then she said, yeah, when they're on the phone, she's like, okay, this is what you need. And then she tells them, like, all right, pull your phone up. This is what you're going to do. And they'll check out with her. And she said that every person she's ever talked to has eventually ordered. Maybe they didn't order right this second, but she said they've always all ordered. And y'all, she was a badass. And I'm telling you, when she said that, I was like, oh my God, I'd order from you. So, anyways, it works. I can totally see it. Some people need that connection and just wanting somebody to hear them, and that might be your audience. You never know. So,
Yeah, that's a really great point. I mean, I will tell you this, when I get on a call with a business prospect, which is normally like if it's somebody who I'm like, okay, this girl looks like she would be serious or legit, I get them on a call, they're done. Like they're signed, sealed, delivered. So it is very effective if you can manage that and take that on. Now, what Desi just said, that works really well for Gen Magic. The whole like, I am so proud of you, that loving, nurturing, soft like energy that makes them feel very safe. That I could see Destiny being great at that. Giselle, Tiffany, Jen. Yeah. There's some people, Tana, I feel like that is your personality. That's your sweet spot. Lean into that. And then I look at Amanda. She already knows I was about to say that. Even myself, like, Amanda would never ever start a call off. Amanda would be like, "Okay, fatty, how much do you want to lose?"
Okay, whoa, chill, 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 chill.
I'm just kidding.
Yo, calm down. Okay.
Sorry.
Let me tell you how much money you can make here.
Yeah.
That's how
Okay.
it starts.
First off, we're gonna get
Hey.
that 50 pounds off you, and then I'm gonna make you a millionaire. Okay, bitch?
Yeah.
Like that's Amanda's style. But
All right, you're
yeah.
scaring people.
Don't quit, Ursula. Sorry. um, but yeah, no, I think you got to do it your way, right? That's my point. So, babe, you have anything you want to add?
Yeah, it's kind of like what Tiffany said about being just around everybody. It's real easy to be motivated in that room because everybody's talking successful business practices, So you're hearing, they say you surround yourself with these people, you're gonna eventually just kind of become that. So I think it's important to be in the room with that. That's why this convention is so important because just being in the room, you're going to be motivated. And then right after that, you're going to be motivated. And then, a couple months go by and things taper down. And then boom, there's a trip. So I think these things are very purposefully planned out the way that they are. But that's why it's important to get there. And if you can qualify for them where they're going to pay for them, then why the hell wouldn't you go? Um, but no, yeah, especially just being around Kelly, like these people are making six figures a month. Like they're making 110, $120,000 checks per month. So it's like picking their brains is like something I want to do, Like I want to be like, how the hell are you doing that? How are you bringing in, how did you make 110,000 for one check? And then get paid 4 or 5 other checks after that within the same month. And that was just their big check. So um, yeah, it was good. Probably my number, like that was the fun part, but the number one takeaway was probably just understanding the time frame for when you come into it. Like I I signed up in August, but I didn't really plug in and turn on until like maybe September, November is when I really started to like dial in. So I'm basically right at that 90-day mark. And that's what Kelly was like. Kelly was like, those first 90 days can suck. And you'll see a lot of people drop off within those 90 days because they think it's been a month, nobody's ordered. It's been 2 months, nobody's ordered. But then whatever fucking reason, day 90 comes, it's like that 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months. Like it takes 3 days to start like a habit. It takes 3 weeks to kind of notice results, and it takes 3 months to start to become an expert at it almost. Maybe not quite an expert, but once you hit that 90-day mark, people around you and your network start to say like, okay, they're still there. They're serious. And that's what I was doing. Like I was heavy, heavy on Thrive for 2 years almost. So then I leave and all of a sudden I'm promoting. And that's why I didn't plug in so quick, is because I was gut health, gut health, gut health. And then here I am totally against the shot, literally wearing it like a badge of honor, bashing anybody on the shot. Like that's for fucking fat people and diabetics, like whatever, you're lazy. So then to switch, I kind of felt out of place for a while. So, we hit that 90-day mark, and not even 90 days. I'd say somewhere around November, just I started to see a little momentum, and then now it's just fucking going up and up and up. So, yeah, that was something to where they were like, well, it's just going to compound from here. So just plug in, dial in with your people, be responsive. You don't got to answer them like right when they message you or text, but just try to answer them within the first like couple hours or so. But yeah, just stay dialed in. Once that those 3 months, 4 months come around, you might see people just messaging you one or two or three, and then it just compounds from there. So
Love it. Thank you for sharing. You reminded me too. Does anybody want to speak about their paycheck? Because hot damn, right? Like that was our biggest one. I know I'll tell you, Kelly, Sharon, Amanda, she does Kelly's very humble. So Kelly's our, a sponsor for if you're new here. She's like a part of the big organization. Amanda, what was her check?
113,942.
And 16 cents.
No. Like it's so wild to me. Like so wild. But she knows that like we're huge on numbers. So she always sends us a group chat text and tells us. But like you guys, that's insane. Like 113,000 for her
For the
monthly check.
month.
And that doesn't even included like the weekly checks that are outside of that. So I mean, you're talking probably at least $120,000 in 1 month. Like, can you imagine like how life-changing that is? Like, I mean, I can imagine it, but like it's just absolutely wild to me, but it should be inspiring to show you like what is possible here. She has only been here for like, what is it now? 15 months, 15
Yeah.
months,
Yeah.
but it compounds so quickly. And the coolest thing is like, we are so lucky in the way that our compensation plan is structured in that you don't have to, team build and bring in customers. If you want to do just customers, you can make it very, very lucrative just doing that. So like you can focus on whatever you feel comfortable with or add that in later. And that's why I think it like you have the ability to explode here because it's not just, there's so many other different network marketing companies where like you have to team build to make a lot of money. You obviously make a lot more here team building, but you don't have to. So that's just something important to remember because if you're bringing in, 20, 30, 40, 50 customers a month, I mean, you could easily be making 10,000 plus a month.
Yeah.
It's
That's
wild.
awesome. Yeah. Yeah. And I think Jen said it in the chat, like, but we just got our weekly check the day after the big check. Like I like forgot that was hitting and it was like, let's go. Like it's actually wild how much money you can make here. It's crazy. So, I just want you guys to know that the opportunity is here. It's already been here, okay? But now with this price drop, let's just get into that right now. Let's just go ahead and that's pretty much what we're going to close out with is sharing about this. Anyways, guys, if you're not fired the fuck up about this new price reduction, okay, not only for our consumers, okay, because that's what feeds our business, right? This whole model is built off of clients, essentially. Even if you're team building, your team doesn't grow if they're not getting clients, right? Well, we've already crushed it at the higher price point. And I don't know if everybody watched my videos yesterday, but when we joined, and Amanda, it was Amanda, Rochelle, and I who came in at the end of June, okay, it was $449 a month for tier one. Okay, I'm on tier four. I remember paying $840 a month for the Tirzepatide here, which again, I was still paying before that $1,100 a month out of pocket for the name brand. So to me, I was like, okay, it's cheaper and it's better shit. But the fact that the company was exploding at that price point. Then they put it on sale. They put tirzepatide from the 449 down to the 379. And we blew it up as a company so much that they made it permanent. And that's been our price ever since. And so that's where when anybody makes like price complaints, I'm like, girl, you are barking up the wrong tree here, okay? Because this price is a blessing. But I will say we've got competitors that are popping up left and right, so we do have to stay competitive. I do believe that we still provide so much more value than just medication here that it's definitely worth the price that it was. But the fact that now, okay, here's the biggest thing I want you to take away from this is the price has significantly dropped. There's a two in front of it now. It's $2.99 a month for the full protocol of tirzepatide for tier one, right? Which is the most popular one we sell. The PV, guys, this is most important. And this goes back to, I'm so grateful for Honey because she could have easily, and it would have made sense, to be honest, it would have made sense for her to drop the PV with it. Like normally when you drop the price, you have to adjust the PV because the company has to eat too, right? There's a margin there. They only took it down 10 points in PV. And I'm sitting here like, oh God, we got to update all these graphics and all these training videos. And I literally did the math earlier. I was playing on my phone and I divided. So to be at 40% commission here on the PV side, you need 5,000 in PV, right? So I divided that by the 210 instead of 220 now because 220 is what the PV was before. And so that worked out to about 23 customers is what you
One
needed to
more.
get the 5,000. Guys, it's literally 23.8. Okay, so point 0.8, we got to count that as a real human. So technically 24. That's all you need to be at the 5,000. It went from 23 customers to 24 customers to be at the full 40% mark. That's absolutely crazy, but now we're able to offer this for $2.99. I mean, guys, if you don't get so freaking excited and loud and scream about this to everybody with a damn pulse, I mean, you already should have been doing that. That's what we've all been doing who've been crushing it. But this is even more leverage. I can't think of any more leverage that you would have because to be honest, um, if this was cheaper, it would be to me. I'd probably be a little sketched out. If I was like, yeah, you get your Zepatide for 150 a month, I'd be like, when somebody says that to me now, I'm like, okay, where the hell are you getting this shit from? Fucking China, Mexico? No, like that's a little sketchy. I think this is the most perfect pricing because it still keeps us. We're still way, way, way competitive now. Um, Babe, can you help with muting people? Still way competitive, but we're also still giving a great quality and value for that price point. So I want to make sure that we market this strategically. I did put together, let me share my screen. Uh,
I want to add something about what Delaney was saying about the PV so you guys can understand from a commission standpoint.
yeah,
So be going from 220 to 210, it only is going to change your commission. So like the standard 20% is what you get off the break before you start climbing up the volume thresholds. That only changes your commission by $2. And then if you get to the highest 40%, it only changes your commission by $4. So she basically is keeping us almost at the exact same commission by only dropping it that like little bit of PV. It's crazy. But then from the consumer standpoint, like they're saving hundreds of dollars.
yeah.
So I mean it's huge. And she believes in all of us to know that this is going to like blow up and expand because for her to even like recoup that cost, it's millions of extra dollars in sales.
Yeah, we have to do to make up for this reduction she's done, we have to produce as a company $2 million at least a month extra for this to have made sense, which I truly believe like will blow that out of the water for sure. I mean, the amount of people that are gonna get back on this stuff who maybe went elsewhere and tried it elsewhere, to save money. But also think about all the people that you've had on the fence. I mean, going from 379, when you visually see the numbers 379 or hear it, you round up to 4, right? But I mean, we're in the twos now. So that's a huge, huge difference. So here is the new pricing. Okay. And guys, bear with us. There's so many updates. Alex has been working really hard. Amanda was helping with the how to order graphics, and I know she's making some updates, some other things. One thing about this team is we've got so many damn resources, which is a blessing. But when something like this happens, where this is our bread and butter. If this was like an update to I don't know, glutathione, which is still amazing, we wouldn't be as like, oh shit, we got to update everything. But this is literally our bread and butter. So every video, resource, everything, is probably going to have to be updated, but that's going to take some time. Because personally, I need to get back in the weeds of things with my own personal production and get out of so much of like resource and this mode. But the main stuff you guys are going to have at your fingertips for this new price. So the microdose, this affects all tiers of tirzepatide. Semaglutide is still the same. But if you guys actually, I dropped a graphic in the chat earlier. When you do those side by side, I mean, it's a no-brainer. It already was a no-brainer. Everybody should be getting tirzepatide over semaglutide. But now, I mean, the tier one for semaglutide and tirzepatide is now the same price. What the hell? Like, that's crazy. So, this is for just tirzepatide, but the microdose is now $239 a month. Okay. It was $279. So a big drop there. When you see this total savings, guys, this is over the 3 months. So if you're new, everybody, when they order the shot with us, they get a 3 month supply. So they're either paying in full up front or they're making that commitment to pay that monthly amount for those 3 months. So the total savings on the microdose is going to be $120. Tier one, they're going to save $240. This is what I am going to focus on with my marketing the most because it's the most popular one we sell. Okay. Um, the tier 1.5, $420 savings. Tier 2, $330 savings. Tier 2.5, 300. Tier 3, 300. And tier 4, $510 is the difference that comes out to. I mean, that's just wild. Yeah, Jen, I saw you raise your hand on this thing.
Hey, thanks for that. I just wanted to maybe lean in to understand how to strategize this because I'm having renewals that are asking the half questions, like 2.5 or 1.5 tiers. And I'm having a hard time seeing the benefit of getting the same milligram for 3 months.
Yeah.
I just tend to say for, even $10 more from from, or whatever it is, $10 more from tier 2.5 to tier three, go with that because you can get a higher milligram instead of being stuck at the 3 months. So I wanted to lean in to see if you had any recommendations on how we can kind of articulate people getting out of the half tiers.
Yes. So I mean, I always push people to go to the tiers that are going to keep increasing because it's just smarter and it's more bang for their buck. I think they created these half tiers as more of almost a visual for people to, I honestly, I don't know. I will tell you this. I've been on tier 4, 15 milligrams since July, which it's been what, 7 8 months, 7 months. So I've been at the same point now. I still want to lose some more and I still am losing steadily, but for me, I don't want to go down to like 2.5 the microdose just yet. So me staying at that 15 milligrams the last 7 months has been amazing for me. So I haven't had to necessarily increase. Well, you can't really do it past that. But I guess for some of the customers I have some clients who are like, I don't want to go up. I don't want to go up. I like where I'm at right now. And so maybe they feel more comfortable just buying a tier that's going to keep them at the same thing, or they're more in that maintenance. Some people get to the maintenance mode, they reach their goal and they don't want to, they're scared to just drop down to microdosing from where they're at. So, that's why those half tiers could be good for them. I think it's just case by case. If somebody has more to lose, like, if they've got 30 more pounds to lose, they should definitely do a tier that's going to keep increasing. And I'll just tell them to do that. More bang for their buck. Kristen, yes, I saw you raise your hand.
I was just going to say too, because I did semaglutide like full with another, just through my doctor, right? So I did semaglutide all the way through till I topped out. And then I've been on tirzepatide for a year. But my doctor was keeping me at like a level. As long as I was losing, I would stay at a dosage. And then once I would hit a plateau, I would go up because I have like grand total, I probably had 100 pounds to lose, right? Yeah. So sometimes I feel, and I'm not a doctor at all. I'm just saying from being through both tirzepatide, I'm on tier 2.5 now. So I'm at 10 milligrams for the next 3 months. And I was on 10 milligrams before I came here. I feel like for me, I was always nervous about blowing through all the tiers when I have so much more to lose, especially if I wait until I kind of hit a plateau and then I can increase. And then it kind of helps you, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
I
I get
think
what
that's
you're
why
saying.
some people do that too, you know?
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, because you do build up a tolerance to this, over time which is why you have to keep increasing if you have more to lose. So, some people though, like I mean, I stayed at 7.5 for like 7 months and then I did start to put some weight back on just because it wasn't as strong for me. I had built up such a tolerance, but when I went from 7.5 to 10, oh my gosh, it just melted right off again. So,
I
yeah.
will say too, I was with a different compounder and this like I took my first shot with LEMD last Monday. And by Thursday, I lost 3.5 pounds
Oh,
and
hell
I
yeah.
was at a standstill. So I'm like, obviously there is a difference quality wise too. You know what
Did
I
you
mean?
did you share that? You need to post that. Talk about
Yeah,
that.
I'm going to because I'm like,
Talk
that
about that.
was this week I was up like zero point 0.6, but I'm like grand total over 2 shots in
Yeah.
a week and a half, I'm still down over 2 pounds. So, and I have been at a standstill.
Okay, cool. All right.
I did also I wanted to appreciate that these prices are very strategic because it makes it easy to sell up because it's not a significant price difference.
Yeah.
So I really appreciate that that's also part of the sales strategy here too.
Right. And when you compare it, even the tiers itself, it's very close in pricing. But then when you put it next to our tirzepatide or semaglutide pricing, it's actually insane. I mean, we're talking dollars difference. Why would anybody go with semaglutide over tirzepatide, which is great for us guys because we want people to have the best experience, which will be with tirzepatide. Yes, Marissa.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay, so my question is about the LEMD financing. That was always had to
Yep, they
be a
can still do
minimum of
that.
300. So is it like 299 now?
So we kind of always assumed it was the 300 thing. That was just kind of what we were rolling with. But the tirzep or semaglutide full protocol has always been the 299, so it's technically just under 300, and they've been able to do the full LE financing for that. So it's actually the full LE financing isn't available for microdosing, but it is, and it always has been, and always will be available for the full protocols. So even though tirzepatide tier one is now 299, they can still do the LE financing for that. And it comes out to, I went through the semaglutide medical questionnaire just to see what it would come out to, and it comes out to like 317 a month if they're doing the LE financing option.
Okay. And then it's still not available on like any longevity things. People have to, there's no LEMD financing on like other peptides like
No.
GHKCU. That's just still like Klarna, Affirm, or the third party ones, right?
Yep, correct.
Is the company ever going to change that to offer LEMD financing for everything?
I have no idea.
Okay, curious if you do.
I have no
Hey,
idea.
can
But
I
I
ask a
think it's just
financing
because
question
the
too?
the pricing on the other peptides is significantly lower than, when you're getting with the full
Yeah.
protocol, those are like big ticket costs for 3 months. Yes, Tana, go ahead.
If we have somebody on LE financing, like I'm like for example, I'm even on LE financing and I have, let's say it's me or a customer and they have 1 or 2 more months on their old prescription under
Yep.
LE financing, do we know at what point, like do they have to fill out the what is it called, the doctor questionnaire, the update or
Reassessment.
whatever, the
Reassessment.
reassessment
Assessment.
before active prices to the subscription drop, or is that something that happens before a reassessment? Do we know?
Yeah, so how it's going to work is if somebody is currently in a subscription, like I am myself, I'm on the LE financing too. I committed to that pricing at the time of making that 3 month subscription, and a lot of people pay in full upfront. So there's no way for them to go back and discount your current subscription. But when you do your reassessment for your next round, once you fill out the reassessment, you will then be presented with all the updated pricing. Yeah. And the other way around that too, just so you know, if you don't want to go through the whole reassessment process, is if you ever just go on and place a brand new order, it will automatically replace your current subscription. Like if you're at that like 10-week mark. So the 10-week mark is when they send out the reassessment form, though. And if you fill that out, you'll be met with all the new pricing. And that's effective as of tomorrow. So if somebody, like I have some people who are ready for their reassessment, they fill that out tomorrow and then they pay. They'll see the new pricing. Okay. let's move right along, shall we? Okay, so this is not a sale, guys, but I am going to treat it like one in the way of creating urgency. Now, this is my personal preference just from being in sales and marketing for years now. People, when there is some sort of urgency, they buy. Now, you don't have to lie and say, this is only on sale for a week, right? That's a lie. But saying, hey, the price just was dropped, and if you want to save $240, you need to grab it now. Boom. What's wrong with that? Nothing. It's just strategic. It's smart. That's how I roll. If that doesn't sit right with you, cool, do your own thing. No pressure here. But this is an amazing opportunity right now with this price drop to reactivate anybody that ever fell off. Okay. Also, this is going to help so much with retention. Okay. Because we've all had clients who were like, okay, I could make this work for the first 3 months, but maybe they hit a tight spot. People go through shit in life, and maybe they had to stop. Well, boom, this is going to be able to keep them on it. It's more sustainable for them financially. Referral surge. Okay, this is amazing, an amazing opportunity to reach out and ask people like, who else do you know who has been, thinking about getting on the weight loss shot that would jump at it now that it's, reduced like this, and I personally offer a $25 cash referral to any of my people who send me referrals. You don't have to do that at all if it's not in your budget. But again, I'm making $260 for every client. So if I throw back $25, I'm still heavily profitable. So it just makes sense. And yeah, this is a huge momentum shift moment because guys, this right now, I mean, think about all the new business. Yes, we want to get all the old business who fell off too, or maybe leads we've already talked to who maybe didn't pull the trigger, but also all the new business. Like so many people have been already exposed to people having amazing results with this, and maybe they just finances, I feel like, is usually the number one thing that holds people back. And now that's not going to be an issue. So, I'm telling you right now, we used to sling freaking weight loss supplement systems that really didn't work that well, okay, or not, they didn't work for what they were intended to for weight loss is how I should put it. And those were $280 a month, okay? But for $299 you can actually get something that's seriously going to work. Hello, people will absolutely pay this price point, okay? You have to believe that. Okay, so here's some language that I think is strategic to use freaking ChatGPT keeps spelling terzepatide wrong for me. Terzepatide pricing was just significantly reduced, dropped. It's officially live tomorrow. This is the best time to start your journey. This is the smartest time. Don't wait on this. Don't sit on this. That's all creating urgency. I watched Jen's story today. I think she said a promotion, the terzepatide promotion starts tomorrow. These are all things that are, this is how I'm going to take it. I'm not going to go scream from the mountaintops, oh my God, the price is forever dropped. Like, because what does that do? Somebody who was like sitting there, they're like, oh, I can do it next month, right? You want them to kind of be like, oh shit, I got to get this in while the price is down, So you want to avoid saying things though like clearance, permanent pricing, flash sale, blowout, like, all those cringy weird words, okay? And guys, watch the leaders on this team and people who, we have them on our onboarding website, those people to watch, and there's some people not featured on there that are amazing at how they market. I will watch Jen's really good at how she talks in her stories. Destiny talks really well on her stories. Like, there's people that you want to study how they are positioning themselves with this. Okay, here's some ideas of people to reach out to. Any customer that you've ever had who maybe stopped ordering. Okay, if a customer, Lucy actually came up with this earlier, I think it's a great idea too. Look at your back office. Go to your customer reports under my activity, filter it to customers, and then look and see. It shows you when next to your customer's name, it'll say payment 1, payment 2, payment 3. Anybody who had payment 3 already go out like last month, reach out to them and just use this as a way to check in, right? Hey, I'm excited for you to get your next 3-month supply, and great news, it's actually significantly going to be drop for you. It's going to be a lot more affordable. Make sure they know that because you never know. Somebody could have been looking elsewhere, needing to cut savings somewhere, and they don't know about the price reduction, and then they leave, you know? So make sure you're letting them know too. Customers who are currently in the middle of their subscription, just like Tan and I were talking about, yes, the price isn't going to drop for them for the remainder of their 3 month supply that they're already currently in, but make sure they know, hey, like as soon as you're done with this round and you start your next one, you're going to be able to take advantage of this pricing as well. Okay. Anybody you've ever talked to who has ever shown interest in this, reach out to them. Anybody, yeah, that you know was hesitant about pricing, be assumptive, guys. If somebody didn't give you an objection or just kind of blew you off, go in with it like, hey, I'm not sure if price was something that was holding you back before, but I have great news now. Like, you're able to save $240 when you get started with me today. That's a huge, huge difference from what it was when we talked last. You lead with that. And then, of course, current and new leads. I am going to be definitely talking about this price reduction over and over and over and over as if like you're crazy if you don't jump on this right now. If you've been on the fence and you haven't taken advantage of getting started yet, here's your chance to now do it and save some serious money. Ask for referrals. Okay, so even if somebody comes back and they tell you no or not right now or whatever, that's totally fine. If there's anybody else you know who has been talking about wanting to get started with the weight loss shot, if you do send them my way, I'll throw you $25 cash. Boom. Okay. I put up Destiny's post. I thought it was short, sweet, simple, to the point. Something like this, guys. Everybody should be screaming this. Get loud. Post your before and after. Post a graphic about the sale. Whatever you got to do, but make sure your network knows that this is coming. It's tomorrow. It's basically here. So if money's been holding you back, now is the time. And I'm not talking a couple dollars. I'm talking about hundreds of dollars in savings. I'm down 53 pounds in 6 months. Can't even believe that's me. DM me info, and I'll talk to you about next steps. Perfect, right? Okay. And then here's just a little script idea. Again, make it your own. This is just to give you some ideas. But hi, babe. Oh my God, I have huge news. I think you're going to love tirzepatide, the weight loss shot I've used to lose 98 pounds, which just dropped down to only $2.99 a month. It's legit over $240 off. I know you had looked into getting started before. It wasn't the right time. I'm not sure if cost played a role, but if it did, this completely changes that. Ready to finally do this together? Always end it with a question. Okay. Something simple as this is probably what I'm going to send out. Okay. Now, obviously, tweak it based on if you already know price was their objection, or hey, if they left and went somewhere else, check in, say, hey, how's it been going? I know you went and we're getting your stuff elsewhere. And I don't know if price played into that for you, but Ellie just actually made a huge discount on tirzepatide, and I'd love to work with you again. Like, let's get you started. Okay. All right. And then as I mentioned in the, where is it? Okay, so I reached out to my graphics girl and I was like begging her last night. She didn't even respond to me, but she just freaking did them. I was like, okay, please, I'll pay you like an emergency fee. I just need something, even if it's just 5 graphics. Which she did. So she sent them over today. She didn't tell me how much yet, but whatever. I was like, I just need something. So, these I'll drop in the team chat, but this is some nice stuff to start promoting it. And then, guys, anytime you see these templates, take it upon yourself to make some other shit with them. You can use the same font and style, plug in your pictures, rewrite on them. But yeah, I'll drop these in the chat. I think it was 5 or 6 of them. Nothing crazy, but we're kind of in crunch time right now. I didn't have a lot of time to prepare for this. So,
Those are
um,
really good. I just want to say, change the needle. The damn gauge on that was like 2 inches long.
babe, you always notice the craziest things every
Dude,
time
the
I send it.
length of
He's
the
like,
needle will somebody will see that and they'll immediately be like, nope. But no, those look amazing. They absolutely do. I just saw that and I was like, damn, that's a long ass needle.
you just sandwich method. Sandwich
Yeah,
method.
I got you. You taught me that actually.
Um, okay, any questions? Huh. I'm getting sick. Um, Anybody have any questions about how? Oh, GHKC, you guys, I had some questions come up about that. So the price is the same online. Okay, and they're still getting a 2 month supply for that price, which is $440. The difference is the actual amount of the medication is doubled. And that's because the dosing is going to go from 3 times a week to now 5 times a week, which I'm like, hell yeah, I want that shit in my veins every damn day. So, um, what else? I don't know if there were, I mean, there, I put all the announcements in. I don't want to focus too much on the boring stuff. Watch the call back from yesterday if you haven't. This was the most exciting thing in my mind. So, you guys, this is where you want to change the whole trajectory of your financial future, build generational wealth, capitalize on this right now. And also, I will tell you, for 4 years, our CEO she shared this with us in Mexico. She's like, I've been dealing with for 4 years constant pop-ups about regulations and chatter of this and that and that. And she's like, I just want to give you guys, and I do trust her. I want to give you guys reassurance. Like our company is in phenomenal standings. We are in great position. We have a ton of supply, like chain ready to go, ready to, support this big sale. So like, I feel very confident no matter what else gets thrown out there, said, competitors this, people bashing shit, whatever it is, like keep your focus down on what we have at hand and we're in good shape. We're exploding. So yeah, anything else before we close out? Anybody want to share? Any other leaders on this? Yeah, that's what I want to do. Anybody else want to kind of share what their approach is with this whole discount and sale? Anything that's been working?
I'll just say, I'm doing literally like what you're doing. I'm using the tone of, so just the people that I've talked to recently, I still have so many people to reach out to, but I was like just doing stuff like, hey girl, oh my gosh, you'll never guess what. And then I'm going to let them respond back. And then they're like, okay, what? And then I'll send a voice clip and I'm like, oh my God. Okay. So the terzepatide, which if you don't know, even though I didn't come in when it was 449, I came in, it was 379. I'm still telling them I came in at 449. So I'm like, okay, when I came in, the terzepatide was 449 a month. And then they discounted it to 379. And then like they kept it, they extended it, I guess, because business went well. It made sense. But like terzepatide now, there's a freaking 2 in front of the numbers. Like there is a 2. I cannot freaking believe this. You can literally get your stuff on Friday. It goes live tomorrow for $2.99. So if you're serious about like wanting to start this journey and this is really something you want to do, then this you could not have picked a better time. Like this is the time I would most definitely get started this month so you can take advantage of the pricing of $2.99. And that's what I'm saying. And I literally have so many people in my inbox right now from that post that I made. So, on Facebook. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. They're ready to buy. Like they literally, one girl just messaged me and said, is it Friday yet? So definitely the urgency. I mean, I'm marketing this as a sell. And then like I've already had people say, okay, well, is it, is this permanent pricing? And what I'm saying is so honestly, the last time that they did this, the 379, they kept extending it and kept extending it, and then they made it permanent. So fingers crossed. Take
Perfect.
it, do what you want with it.
Love it. Yeah, voice clipping. I know Lucy shared with Amanda and I earlier. She's been voice clipping all of her people, and that's been very effective too. So, yeah, anybody else? There was something else that just popped up. I wanted to
I have a quick question.
Yes.
First being, where is the raise your hand button?
No clue. I am not a Zoom
Me either. I
expert.
see everybody else
You
doing it,
press
and I'm
the
looking all
more
over the place. But
button.
anyways,
Which
Press
one?
the more button. Press more
okay,
if you're on a
that's
cell
what I
phone.
thought. I did that. It's not giving me that option. But
No, if you're
anyways,
on a
I
desktop,
didn't
you're
want to be
going,
rude, so.
if you're on a desktop, you're going to click the heart where it says react, and then there'll be a button for raise hand.
Oh, perfect. Thank you. Okay, but my real question
Yes.
is, what time does this sale go live? Is it going to
Hopefully
be
midnight
Central
tonight.
Time?
So everything is central time here. Like just so you know, for like month end, everything is based off of central time, which is great. It gives everybody on the East Coast actually a little bit extra time too. But yeah, so I would assume at midnight to midnight central is my assumption. I don't know. I guess we'll find out.
Cool.
So
Sounds good. I've got
yeah,
somebody on East Coast, so we'll
yeah,
see.
we'll find out.
Okay, Ashley.
Um, Cassandra, did you have a question?
No.
Oh, you okay, sorry. Anytime I see somebody unmute, I just assume they have a question.
Oh, sorry.
No,
Yeah, no,
you're good. You're good. You're good. Okay. Nobody else has anything?
Destiny, I just have to say, I looked at your post because I wanted to see what you wrote and I was laughing. I was looking at the comments and the one person that's saying it's not you because the camera's flipped.
People are so fucking stupid. I
I was
swear to
like,
God.
what? She's
I
like, the
just wish
tattoo
when
is on
you
the other
somebody
leg.
somebody go comment on that and be like, "Bitch, are you dumb?" I'm sorry. I'm
Like,
sorry.
okay.
Oh
Craig,
my,
you
Okay,
want to
I'm
mention
done.
that dickhead?
oh my gosh. Wow. This is
Yeah, the lady got blasted and not even tagged.
yeah, I know. At least if you're gonna blast me and talk shit in front of 4 million people or 3 million people and tag my account.
So this there's people fighting over it in the comments. Like there's all these women like backing her up now, but this it's this his name's I'm 6'7", and all he does is he reacts to videos. And it's this big ass black dude who's got a real deep ass voice, and then he laughs at the end. And you've probably seen some of his stuff before. I used to follow him, but even I stopped following him even before this shit. But he reacted to one of her videos, and I honestly I'm like shit, thanks. But there he's got 4 million followers, so there's people in his comments like a lot of them are negative, but it's typically the men who are being really negative because it's about divorce, and they're like, oh, she's still stuck on him, she's still. But most
Wait,
people
does
don't
it show, does it
understand.
show her handle? I'd be like, thanks for the free marketing, bro.
No, that's what
No,
I'm
that's what
saying.
that's what, so I just
He
tagged her
screen
in the
recorded my
comments. So
video.
if you could
Oh,
go in the comments and comment on our comments, it'll boost it to the top, so people will know that it's her,
I'm
and then
just
they'll.
gonna comment over and over again her handle.
Yeah, that's what the first thing I did. I just commented her handle, and then I commented on it. But yeah, I've been in debate. We've been in debate about it the whole time because it's like technically a negative review, but 4 million eyes is four
Publicity is
million eyes, and there's
publicity, baby. What you mean?
exactly,
Bring me that
exactly. I'm
publicity.
taking the Trump approach. However you feel about the guy, the dude does not care if it's negative or positive publicity. So I'm taking that approach to where we're gonna roll with 4 million eyeballs. And there's like I said, there's a bunch of people in the comments like fighting back and forth about having her back, and then it's usually women arguing with men. So yeah, if you could go in there, his name is I'm 6'7", so that should tell you about his fucking ego from the jump. So yeah.
Okay, cool. Anybody else? Oh, Tiffany.
So I was visiting with Dawn. I'm surprised she's not on here tonight, yesterday. And Destiny, somebody else she was sharing some photos of you. And somebody else was like, she had a complete makeover. There's no way she looks like that. Her skin would be hanging everywhere. And Dawn's like, no, she's in our group. I know her personally. And this lady worked at a doctor's office. So you should take that in pride.
Well, thank you, girl. You know I do.
But I'm like, oh my gosh, somebody else is saying that. So I just stand tall on that GHKCU girl because I mean, we all know what that's doing. It's
I
working
no, I
that way.
haven't started it yet. I need it.
What? Are you
What?
serious?
Yes. I know. I'm not on it
Okay.
yet.
Well, anyway, so everybody's thinking that because, like I said, she works at a doctor's office,
Well,
and Dawn was
I'm
like,
on
no, no.
GHKCU, y'all. That's why my tummy's so tight.
We just ordered the has anybody gotten the TA one? I ordered it this morning. I woke up, it felt like razor blades in my throat. I was like, I need the TA because that's for if you're sick or immune system support. Also, the nose spray. Anybody tried it yet? I know Holly's not on. I did not try mine yet.
I
I
have a
need a
question.
review.
I have a question about the TA one. So, is that something that you can just buy and keep on hand? Because it's like you don't know when you're going to get sick. You know what I mean? So, is that
I don't know. I just
something
figured
like
I'd keep it in the fridge.
what's the I guess the better question is like, what's the expiration on the peptides? Like, how
Well, they're
long?
probably all different. I would message support and ask them that. I don't know the technicality of the expirations. I just know it's like you get it's like 3 months for the GLP-1s. Or once they're opened, the expiration goes down. Does somebody want to comment on that? Lori? No.
Typically, once peptides are mixed, the shelf life is a lot less. So if it's still in powder form, which we don't have, you can actually freeze the powder and it'll keep it longer for however long. But once it's mixed and once it's in the vial, usually it's significantly less. So I don't have an exact answer, but I don't think you can just keep it on hand for like a year and have it stay
Yeah,
good.
because we don't have preservatives in ours. If it was the name
Yeah.
brand stuff, it would last. Like for GLP-1s, it would last a lot longer. But I know there's been people on the team who have gotten that answer from support. I just don't remember it off the top of my head. So if you just
Okay.
message them, they'll
Yeah, I'm
email
just
that.
curious. My kids are always making me like sick. So I'm like, if I can have that on hand, I'd much rather that than like
Yeah.
NyQuil.
Yeah. I'm gonna see what it does. And the shipping has been taking so much quicker. It's been so much quicker lately too. Like I ordered that nose spray and it was here in like 48 hours. So yeah. Okay, yeah, no spray. The free rose toy ends February 14th, Valentine's Day. So keep that in mind too if you want to push people to get their orders in. Okay, let's close this puppy out and let's I'm excited to see everybody's marketing tomorrow. All right, guys. Thank you and have a good night. Love y'all. Bye.
All right, y'all.